Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We have Trump. We got a post from Trump going viral, and everybody thinks he has freaking dementia jumping out. People are posting things like "Time to go circle the picture of the rhino again," but no, actually, it's way more pathetic than dementia. So let's. Plus, we've got what's everything that's going on in Iran, in the Strait of Hormuz, and the negotiations. Let's dive right into it. Let's get to work. It is No Pants Sunday, people. I hope you're comfortable. What? Sweat? Oh, it's sweat. Well, okay. Oops. Sweatpants Sunday. It's Sweatpants Sunday. Yeah, I hope you're all comfortable. I hope you're having a good cup of coffee on this Father's Day. Shout out to the dads out there. Well done. Well done. Well done. Good to see you. Glad you're here. All righty. All righty then. Let's get into it. Everybody is in full freak out mode about this post because it really looks like Trump is just, I mean, it's just glaringly in your face. There's something very wrong here. Most people think that this is the dementia acting up. He's a post here that he put out on his Truth Social. It says, "Great daughter, my honor, President Donald J. Trump." And then there's a picture here that nobody recognizes, and you'd have no reason to recognize it um, because it's a picture hanging in Camp David. Why is he talking about a picture? Why is Trump talking about a picture that's hanging in Camp David? Well, because he is in Camp David and he has seen this picture. Um, yeah, he's in Camp David while negotiations are going on with Iran. That's what he's doing with himself over this weekend. He and his family are enjoying a nice retreat on your dime in Camp David. Um, but yeah, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this picture. No, it is not dementia. It is not. He's confused at who he's looking at. A lot of people, some people are like, well, he must think that that's Ivanka. That's what it is. Some people are like, what is this, like some illegitimate child that he's posting about? There's so many different takes on this because nobody knows who the hell this person is or what the background is. But once you get it, you're going to realize this is so freaking pathetic. It is so. Do y'all know what a pick me girl is? Now, this is a roundtable show, and it is Sunday, so we tend to move a little bit slower on a Sunday show. So this is not a rhetorical question. This is for you folks that are in the chat. Do y'all know what a pick me girl is? Can anybody give me a Cliff's Notes of what a pick me girl is for everybody in the audience? Damn, I hope your coffee's as good as mine. All right. A lot of people saying they don't know what a pick me girl is. All right. You've got to be plugged into social media. You've got to be plugged into all the phraseology and everything. Exactly. Exactly. It is the terminology they use for a young woman that doesn't have a lot of confidence, that attacks other women, is constantly trying to get attention, the push-up bra and all that other stuff to get attention and pick me, pay attention to me, that That girl. That girl. Um, yeah, this is Trump's pick me girl moment. And it is really freaking sad. Let me give you the background on this. That picture is of Margot Cat. One second. One second. There we go. There it is. Pulled the wrong picture down. That picture is of Margot Katzimatidis. Margot Katzimatidis. Margot is the one in the middle. That picture is from Camp David during the Clinton administration. That's going to be important here in a minute. And that picture, okay, let me go back to the original picture so you know what I'm talking about. That picture is hanging at Camp David. And when they hang a picture at Camp David, they give you a description of what it is and when it was and what it's all about, right? So Trump has seen this picture. This is Trump taking a picture of a picture and then posting about it. Just stick with me. Just stick with me on this one, okay? Just stick with me. This is Margot Katzimatidis, the woman in the picture, okay? Her husband, the guy on the right, is John Katzimatidis. You may remember me talking about him previously when I was talking about the when I talk about the Broligarchs, he's what I'm talking about. He is one of the Broligarchs. He is a billionaire New Yorker that runs a company. But the daughter that Trump is referring to, I'm going to get rid of this picture. I just want you to be aware, is Andrea, the one on the left. That's who he's referring to in the picture. When he says great daughter, he's talking about Andrea, the one on the left. John Katzimatidis is, like I said, he is a Broligarch. He has a company called Red Apple Holdings, and he got his start in the grocery business. Y'all may know Gristede's grocery chain in New York. That's where he got his start. He owns Gristede's and another chain of grocery stores in New York. This is the one from Brooklyn. He made quite a bit of money. Then he diversified. When he from grocery stores, he went into airlines. He owned an airline called Capital Airline for a while. Then he got rid of it. And now he just owns this, which is Red Apple Aviation. And what he does is he has luxury planes that he rents to corporations so that bigwigs can fly around on them. And it's tax purposes, things like that. But he also bought a refinery. This is in Warren, Pennsylvania. This is United Refining. So yeah, he's a legitimate billionaire and has been for a while. He is a Broligarch, diversified several different industries that he makes a lot of money in. And Margot is his wife, and Andrea is his daughter. Um, Here's the thing. Again, you may have remembered from when I was a previous show where we were talking about the Broligarchs that are making Trump possible and are funding things. John Christidis is one of those Broligarchs. He is what it is. He is what it is. He is one of those Elon Musk guys, right? What makes this so freaking pathetic? John Christidis swings both ways. He and Margot both swing both ways. They do. And by both ways, I mean Democrat and Republican. They are, he is, has been for the longest time an equal opportunity Broligarch. The reason her picture is in Camp David is Camp David didn't used to have a chapel, right? This is the Christidis's and Andrea when she's younger, and John Jr., all with Bill Clinton. Just to give you a taste for the fact that, yeah, they have been glammed onto just about every presidential family that has come along. The reason she is in a picture at Camp David is that the Christinas do stuff like this. This is Evergreen Chapel. There didn't used to be a chapel, a full-time permanent chapel at Camp David. The Christinas pretty much well made this happen. This was all paid for by, private donors, kind of like the East Wing is going on now with the private donors just coughing up money because they feel good about it. Well, John Christinas is really big in the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese. He's Greek, by the way, if you haven't figured it out. He is Greek. He's really big in the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, and they wrote a really big check when they were building this. This is the chapel at Camp David. It's called Evergreen Chapel. That's the side view from the outside. This is the inside view. This is where, if the president's at Camp David and they want to hold a service or something like that, but this is where they do it. This is where they do it. This was built during the George Herbert Walker Bush presidency. And again, the Christinas were a big reason that happened. They have, again, George Herbert Walker Bush, the Clintons, George W. Bush, when they did the 10-year reunion of the Evergreen Chapel. They were there with George W. Bush. That's just what they do. That's just what they do. They're broligarchs. That's what broligarchs do, is they ingratiate themselves to people in power to make sure that their interests are looked after. And that is what's driving Donald Trump up the frickin' wall. Now, the comment he made about Andrea was because of this. This is why he mentions her specifically in a picture that she's not even in. People are wondering, like, where does the daughter thing comes in? This is where it comes in. This is a picture. I'm not picking on her when I post this. This is from AJ Katz on Instagram. Is Andrea Katzimatidis. She posted this herself from the 2005 4th of July picnic at the White House. This is just the way she rolls, man. She posted this herself. Not me. I'm not picking on her. I'm not, in the see-through sundress thing where you can see the nips and all that stuff. I'm not picking on her, picking bad pictures. She posted this. Now, unlike her parents, Andrea doesn't really swing both ways much. She doesn't do both Democrats and Republicans much. She is the head of the Manhattan GOP. She's party affiliated, right? So why would Donald Trump walking through Camp David, seeing this picture? You've got to think about this. What would drive him to take a picture of that picture and comment on it? With everything in the world that's going on, what was inside him that motivated him, that drove him to even want to talk about this? You don't know who this person is. You don't. I guarantee you 99.9999999% of Americans have no idea who the Christinas are. None whatsoever. It's the pick me thing. It's the pick me thing. It drove him up the fucking wall that picture is there with a caption that this was in the Clinton administration, that they were there hanging out with the Clintons, and there are pictures to prove it, man. And Trump could not let it go. It had to be about him. Even something that's ancient frickin' history from the 1990s got under his skin so much that he had to pick me. No. Well, I'll just make a comment about. I'll just make a comment about their daughter. Yeah, I'll make a comment about their daughter, and they'll pick me. They'll pick me. Of course they'll pick me. Of course they'll pick me. They're my friends. They're not his friends. They're my friends. They like me. And nobody knows what the fuck he's talking about. Nobody. Nobody knows who these people are. But it's driving him up the goddamn wall that he's got to sit there in Camp David and look at a picture of his oligarchs hanging out with other people. When Mrs. See-Through Sundress, that's his girl. She hangs out at the White House with him, not Bill Clinton. So I got a picture that's really going to drive him up the frickin' wall. Boom. Oh my God. I wonder if he'll think she's such a great daughter after seeing that picture. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is our president, man. That is our president. He is really that weak. He is really that shallow. He is really that much of a narcissist. He really is. He really is. He was walking through Camp David, sees this picture, and cannot let it go. I mean, that it bothers him in the first place is weird, but cannot let it go. He has to post a post that he knows the entire world is going to see. To me, that is so much more pathetic than Grandpa had, a sundowning moment. That is so much more pathetic and weak and small than Grandpa had a sundowning moment. I mean, really, I just, oh my God. Oh my God. But he really is not all there. He is. And people are getting hurt over it. People are getting hurt over it. This is Davy Hearn. He was an Olympic athlete. He competed in whitewater sports in the 1992, 1996, and 2000 Olympics for the U.S. Olympic team. You notice the Olympic rings on his chest there? This picture's from the Sydney 2000 Olympics. Yeah, Davy is he had one hell of a career. He didn't do that great in the Olympics, I'll be honest with you. He didn't. I think the highest place he placed in the Olympics was like 10th. Not his best performance, and it got much better from there. He actually won 14 world championship medals, including 8 golds and 5 silvers in the whitewater world championships. He 2 individual world championship titles in 1985 and 1995. He earned 23 World Cup medals, I think it is, and 14 across in 23 World Cup medals in 14 seasons. I mean, he is a phenomenal athlete. He really is a phenomenal athlete. He's in the Whitewater Hall of Fame, and he was out for a bike ride. He was out for a bike ride, if you want to call it that, a 53-mile bike ride. So apparently still in good shape. But yeah, that bike ride took him by the Lincoln Memorial, the route he was taking. And he wanted to see what all the fuss was about. And by fuss, I'm talking about this. He wanted a close look at the reflecting pool. Everybody's seen the news. So while he was there, he reached into the water and touched the blue lining. He said he wanted to see what it felt like. Well, folks, in spectacularly good use of our National Guard, Trump now has them guarding the algae pool. Yeah. Really. No bullshit. The National Guard is now guarding the algae pool. So, because Davy Hearn reached in and dared touch the miserable failure that is the American flag blue lining on the pool that is peeling up because they poured peroxide in it. You saw them pour peroxide in it. There were news stories of it. We showed you it on this show. The entire freaking planet has seen them, that they poured concentrated peroxide into this pool to try to deal with the mess they created when they put a black, almost black, a super dark American flag blue lining painted onto the bottom of this pool. They caused a massive algae bloom, one of the largest in history. You saw the freaking news where they dumped the shit into the pool themselves. And you can Google it. If you put hydrogen peroxide on paint, it peels. It acts like a paint stripper, right? Idiocy followed by idiocy. Oh, wait, a guy that is Trump's pool guy that gets contracts to take care of his pools in his resorts, got a no-bid contract, and yada, yada, yada. All the shit that was involved in this, everything that's been going on. Now they arrested Davy Hearn. They arrested Davy Hearn because he touched the peeling blue lining. No shit. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was. I wish I was kidding. They have now arrested Davy Hearn. But wait, there's more. Trump is now posting that Davy Hearn is the reason Davy Hearn and a cabal of left-wingers are peeling up his beautiful American flag flag blue pool lining. It is a conspiracy to vandalize the amazingly good job that he did. We were so angry that he did such a good job, and we all have Trump derangement syndrome. And so we had to vandalize his pool lining. It was not, of course, that we saw him pour concentrated hydrogen peroxide by the gallons into this pool. No, it wasn't the stupidity we saw with our own fucking eyes. No, it was Davy Hearn vandalizing the pool because he just can't let Trump have a win. And if you think I'm kidding, here's your proof. The United States Park Police have arrested multiple individuals for vandalizing our nation's magnificent reflecting pool. Who would do such a thing? These are very serious crimes having to do with the destruction of national monuments. Years in jail. Work will immediately begin on repairs. You want to know the most gobsmacking part of this? Cletus believes this. I'm not even kidding. All over social media, there are right-wing influencers posting that we Democrats on the left and liberals were so angry that Trump did such an amazing job on our reflecting pool that we had to ruin it and destroy it by vandalizing and slicing up his beautiful reflecting pool. And MAGA are, yep, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Oh my God. We live in the dumbest timeline. We live in the dumbest timeline. The dumbest timeline. But here we are. Here we are. They're going to drain it again. I shit you not. They're going to drain it again. They got guys in the pool right now scraping off and hauling out all the shit that they can get, before they drain it. And I will bet you they put a gigantic like drapes all around it before they drain it, so you cannot see what it looks like. I will bet you that before they drain this pool again, that they put some sort of cover over it to try to hide exactly how bad this looks. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty much speechless at this point. Speechless that our president is that petty. Speechless that so many Americans are this stupid. You know what? I don't have a picture, but I'll get you a picture of it right now. Peroxide reflecting pool. Images. Open image, and the very first image. The very first image. Open in window. Here you go. Literally all over the internet, all over social media, you can actually see them dumping it into the pool. But Cletus is like, no, it was the Democrats. It was the Democrats. Whoo, man, baby. I am telling you, life is weird sometimes. Rich Lawton, thank you for gifting the memberships, brother. Everybody in the audience right now, there's almost 3,000 of you in the audience right now. I need you to hit the thumbs up button. I need you to hit the subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. Rich Lawton, if you are not a member of the Texas Paul Ride or Die community, Rich Lawton has just given you free of charge a membership. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. All you have to do is hit that join button right down there and make sure that you have authorized. Forgive me for touching my nose, but my nose is itchy. All you have to do is make sure you're authorized to receive gifts. Helen of Scots has gifted 5 memberships. Pick them up for free. But by all means, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Just get as many people in here as possible. Let's get this story out to as many people as possible. Let's grow this community. We have elections coming up. We need to get to work. E.T. Meanwhile, the Mad King got dog walked by Iran. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. Jordan B. Miller, my coffee maker died today. Oh, my God. Jordan, I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry. That is horrible news. That is horrible news. Michelle Morris, thank you for supporting the show. Thank you. Rock and Ron, thank you for supporting the show. I'm truly grateful. Truly grateful. Yoda Be Wise, member for 5 full months. Happy day. Happy dad. May I have the keys day? You crack me up, brother. You crack me up. Ollie, 1976. Happy Father's Day. Get you some pics and work on the F chord. Yeah, that freaking F chord is killing me, brother. It is killing me. I'm telling you, but we're making progress. We are making progress, my friend. I had to get new picks, by the way. I had to get new picks. I took Michael over at Munt Music in Longview, Texas, recommended these two. These are cools. They're cool picks. I usually use Dunlops. But if you don't know, my cats have decided they like guitar picks, and I had a whole pile of guitar picks on my desk. I don't know why I had them on my desk. Well, I do know. I separated the ones out. These are the grip picks, the ones that are textured. I separated them out from the ones that the traditional picks. I bought a whole bag of assorted sizes and weights and all right, we're back. Sorry, folks. Don't know what happened there. Just internet went away for just a second. Do apologize for that. But yeah, like I was saying, the cats have decided that they like my guitar picks. I guess they like the texture of them. They've been stealing them and hiding them. So I had to go buy a whole bag of them. Anyways, Dime Bree Garage. Hey, Paul, happy Father's Day. To me, Republicans are forcing Donald J. Trump to deal to an end and to end Iran because we are at the edge of a total collapse if this war doesn't end. In my opinion, Donald J. Trump is now a liability and Republicans are terrified. Am I wrong? No, you are not wrong. You are not wrong. We're about to talk about JD Vance, the guy that has to be the dumbest son of a bitch in Washington D.C. He has to be. The the deal, the details of the memorandum of understanding that we talked about that Trump signed in Versailles came out. We're laughing at them. Republicans are in full freakout mode over the deal because it is a terrible deal. But hey, Trump's bent over. There's nothing he can do about it. As he likes to say, he's not holding the cards. But he's got to blame somebody. So both the Republicans and Trump blamed JD Vance. That's his fault. He negotiated it, threw him firmly under the bus, and drove over him. Yeah. And then I'll get more into it. JD Vance crawls out from underneath the bus, and then the Republican caucus runs him over again. No shit. I got receipts for you. Hang with me. I'm going to read a couple more comments, and we're gonna get right into that story. We are. Kismar, thank you for supporting the show. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Great comment, my friend. Hollister, happy Father's Day, Paul. Trump's pettiness would be amusing if the repercussions weren't so potentially dangerous. No kidding. No kidding. I mean, it's fun to laugh at, and then reality hits home that, oh my God, this is the president. E.T., the Mad King can't even win a war with algae. I've seen that. That is so fantastic, man. That is so fantastic. Thomas Keene, the National Guard is now the equivalent to Donald J. Tarp on the Kennedy Center. Look away and don't offend the eggshell-thin daddy hated me ego. Yep. Well put. Fourth Ward in Florida. You can't make this shit up. You could, but nobody believe you. E.T., how much more of our tax money are going for that? I don't know how much they're going to end up grifting off of that. I do not know. Melissa Grubb, the pool is fed by the Potomac. The river has algae in it. It isn't filtered. D.C. is literally built in a swampy area. Chemicals would pollute the river and harm wildlife, which, by the way, they are literally dumping that into the Potomac right now. They dumped concentrated hydrogen peroxide into the pool, and now they are literally dumping that water into the Potomac right now. Yeah. Folks, it was designed the way it was designed to leak. It was. That's how they kept it from being scummy. It was designed to leak. It would leak down, evaporate off, both at the same time, and they would fill it with more water, usually in the evening, because it has to be completely still to be a reflecting pool. That's the way water reflecting works. You ever seen your image reflect off a set of rapids or off a fountain, where there's, fountain spraying? Well, now they're trying to seal it so it can't leak. Well, that was not a bug. It was a feature. Does it need to be fixed? Yes. Does it need to be improved? Yes. So it doesn't leak very quickly, because again, you don't want to pumping water in it constantly, or the water will be moving and it will not reflect. It's got to be a slow process. So yes, it needs real repairs. And folks, the estimates are about $100 million to lift that granite out there, reset it. It's not an easy project. I mean, but it's one of our national monuments. This is what you do. You paint the house, you fix the potholes, you mow the grass, which is what I got to do today. My grass is like knee high, man. Whoo. I got to get it today. Anyways, sorry. Didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Chandra Patton, happy Father's Day to all who are called dad. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you. Michelle Morris, welcome. Snatched up a membership. Good to see you. Johnny Warlock, 3-month member. Good to see you, Johnny. Happy Father's Day to dads of every style. Vote blue. Amen. New West Bill, thank you for supporting the show, brother. Thank you. Tony Velez, happy Father's Day, everyone. Kyra, happy Father's Day, Texas Paul. All the best to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Fourth Ward in Florida, welcome. Glad to see you picked up a membership. Glad to see it. New West Bill, 5-month member, one of the founding members. Natural filtration. Yep. Let's get into what's going on in Iran. If you don't know, we talked about it previously. We talked about it in the last show. You knew that Israel was going to try to blow this up. You just knew it. I mean, we talked about it. This deal, as bad as it is for us, is a nightmare for Israel because they have created an arch enemy in Iran. They murdered their leader, the current leader. They killed several members of his family, and now this deal is set. As you know, if you were here for the last show, we talked about the economics of it. We talked about where the $300 billion is going to go and where it's going to leave Iran sitting pretty. Economically, they're going to be the Middle East powerhouse after this deal. It strips away all the sanctions. They've got some of the largest oil and gas reserves, untapped oil and gas reserves there are in the world. They're I think second in natural gas only to Russia and third in oil only behind us and Saudi Arabia. Venezuela and Saudi Arabia. We're fourth, pardon me. Yeah, they're going to make bank after this deal, and Netanyahu, who's an idiot for starting this in the first place, do not ever forget that. This is all Benjamin Netanyahu's fault. All of it is Benjamin Netanyahu's fault. Trump is a moron and an idiot and played like a freaking fool. He is because he is a fool. He is a fool. This was all due to Netanyahu, and man, they're like doubling down, tripling down. They're saying this is just going to keep going. I got something here for you about that. But where we are at right now is the Iranians have closed the Strait of Hormuz again. They've closed it. They've added an emergency round of negotiations that weren't supposed to happen. They were supposed to get together for this meeting. When Iran said nope, deal's off because Israel has gone nuts in Lebanon. They're going crazy with the attacks. Even though we're supposed to have a deal, you're not doing anything about Israel attacking Lebanon. Deal's off. That was part of the deal. You're not living up to it. Deal's off. So Trump and the Trump regime being who they are, their first response was, oh yeah, well, we're calling it off. We're not going to be there. We're not going to be there Sunday. Then the reality set back in. Folks, 3 weeks is where we're at. 3 weeks is where we're at. In 3 weeks, they can no longer hide this shit by burning through reserves, by oil reserves. In 3 weeks, Asia, who, by the way, right now today, remember we talked about the difference between real world price and the futures prices. Right now today, they're paying $150 a barrel for oil in Asian refineries. It is already crushing manufacturing in Asia. Already. That's happening today. In 3 weeks, they no longer have enough oil to go around. And we've explained over and over and over again, oil is a global commodity. It does not matter that we have enough oil here, or that Russia has enough oil, or that Europe has enough oil, or Africa has enough oil. If Asia is out of oil, their reserves are gone, then at that point, our oil prices skyrocket because they will buy our oil. It is a global commodity. That happens in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, we go below what we have that we can put into the system versus what is getting taken out of the system. Those lines cross. Now, that doesn't mean we're out of oil. That doesn't mean there won't be gasoline at the gas pump, or no, it just means starts happening to manufacturing. 3 weeks. That's it. So the Trump regime, without issuing any statement why, went from the position of, well, we're not even going to show up this Sunday, to, yeah, JD Vance is there. And I just want to pause for a second and give you a little look at what your tax dollars are paying for. I just want to give you a little idea. This is the Berghoff. This is where they're meeting. It is in the foothills beneath the Matterhorn, and it overlooks Lake Lucerne in Switzerland. This is the Berghoff Resort. Got a few pictures for you. This is what you're paying for right now. This is where, I guess everybody hears better when where you're sitting is really freaking nice. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this is one of the pricier resorts in the world. When you're having your dinner, you sit and you've got this beautiful view of Lake Lucerne on one side. If you want to take a dip in the infinity pool, they've got one of those pools that doesn't appear to have an edge. So if you want to take a dip in the infinity pool, you're literally looking right over Lake Lucerne. Nice place, huh? And then if you look the other direction, say you don't get one of the Spency rooms, with the big view of the lake. Well, then this is your view. You're looking at the Alps. You're looking at the Alps. And if you look just to the left of where this picture is, well, that's your view. Because like I said, it's in the foothills to the Matterhorn. I guess it's just easier to negotiate really shitty deals with five-star, lodging and Michelin, uh, you know, chefs and the finest of everything. I guess it's just you should Google the Berghoff in Switzerland and just look at these rooms. Look at the bathtubs are set up in the bathroom with big windows so that you're sitting in your bathtub overlooking the lake. Yeah, it's just it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They are getting together to talk because here we are. New Strait of Hormuz closure announcement threatens to slow the uptick of traffic. Folks, I need you to understand something. I need you to understand. I keep saying this. I keep saying this. Even if they made a deal, I mean, just ironed it all out. Now they're saying this is going to take 60 days to negotiate this. But even if they ironed it all out today and they said, okay, everything's open. Now, Wall Street's going to be fucking stupid. They are. They're going to pretend like everything's everything. Everything's wonderful. Folks, they're saying it will take 6 months of mine sweeping to find all the mines that Iran dropped in the Strait of Hormuz. It will take 6 months of mine sweeping just to get the traffic coming out of the Strait of Hormuz back to 80% of what it was before Donald Trump started this stupid war and Benjamin Netanyahu started this stupid war. 6 months. This is not going to be a good time for any of us. Your gas prices, Exxon, every oil executive out there is screaming, your gas prices are going back up, and they're going back up damn near immediately. They're not going to stay down. I know gas was, everybody's celebrating here. Where I live is some of the cheapest gasoline in the country. And it fell below $3 a gallon here. And everybody's celebrating like it's a wonderful thing. It's like, do you people not pay attention to anything? It's going right back up. Even if they make the deal, it's going right back up. Now imagine what's going to happen because they can't make a deal because of Israel. I mean, this is what Israel's saying today. This is what they're saying today. Screw y'all. We're going to do what we're going to do. You can't tell us what to do. They keep claiming they're under attack. That's why they're doing this. But they've been saying this since day one. They're just slapping the Trump regime in the face publicly. Publicly. And the Trump regime doesn't know whether to scratch its watch or wind its ass. They don't. First, Trump puts this out. This is the kind of thing that he's concentrating on when the global economy is grinding to a halt as we speak. He puts this out. Poll, which do you prefer, Dumbocrat or Dumbocrat with a B in it? In one case, you simply exchange the E for U, so simple and precise. Many people don't know or assume that dumb ends in B. This is the president. He's really writing this. I shit you not. This delusional motherfucker is actually putting this out while our global economy is grinding to a halt. In the other case, you spell out dumb, but it seems to lose some of the identity to Democrats when done this way. Which is better? Thank you for your attention to this very important matter, President DJT. And then there's a poll down there for the shit faces on his miserable little social media platform to actually vote on that. That is what the president of the United States is doing while this is going on. Then this comes out. See if you can identify for me what is wrong with this. Yeah. Delusional to the extreme. Donald Trump says there will be no tolls in the Hormuz Strait for 60 days during the ceasefire period, and there will be no tolls after the 60-day period has expired. I want to pause for a second. He's saying this because everybody has figured out what's in the memorandum of understanding are in full fucking freak out mode. Everybody's in freak out mode. Everybody's figuring out that Iran is getting everything that they want. So now this is an actual attempt at damage control. There will be no tolls after the 60-day period has expired unless they are imposed by the United States of America. I shit you not, he said that. You can read it right here. It's right. I mean, I got it posted up for you right now. Should the deal not be completed for services rendered as the guardian angel to the countries of the Middle East for purposes of both past, present, and future reimbursements of costs. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Donald J. Trump. Do you remember how the world reacted when Iran said that they were going to start slapping fees on ships going through the Gulf to recoup their losses from being attacked? Now Trump is saying he wants us to slap a fee on all ships going through the Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz. I guess to recoup the $100 billion in stupidity that we spent attacking Iran. That's a fucking crime. It was a crime when Iran said they wanted to do it. It is a crime when Donald Trump says he wants to do it. It's a fucking crime. But our president is literally posting for the entire world that this is what he wants to do. You see this red spot right here? You see this red spot right here? That's because I've been slamming my face on this desk over and over and over again this morning as I prepared for this show. This is insanity. Complete and utter insanity. And they're just freaking clueless. And the Republicans, again, they are just in full freak out mode. They went after they took the bus, drove over JD Vance because JD Vance dared say that Israel needs to sit down and have a big old glass of shut the fuck up. Israel needs to do what we tell them and stop attacking Lebanon. Hey, kudos to JD Vance. I know you're probably thinking, what? Paul just agreed with JD Vance. Hey, it was the right thing to say. Kudos to JD Vance. Of course, the Republicans, and put a pin in this for a pause for a second. I have been telling the purists and anybody that would listen that are all about AIPAC. Oh, the Democrats are taking AIPAC money, this and another. This is not the same animal. It is not the same animal. The Republicans completely sanction this. If you tell people to not vote Democrat, even over AIPAC, you are handing the government to a party that is 100% on board with Israel. They absolutely endorse Israel. And if you don't believe me, Randy Fine and a pack of Republicans put a statement out chastising JD Vance for daring to tell Israel to knock their shit off in Lebanon and quit blowing up our deal. Get in line. Randy Fine and a group of Republicans said that was inappropriate and frankly disgusting. And he went farther than that. He said that JD Vance needs a history lesson, that America did not build Israel. America has no right to tell Israel anything. How dare they? Israel was built on strength of people that survived the Holocaust. Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, they went there. They went there. They told JD Vance he needs to sit down and drink a big glass and shut the fuck up. And in proving what I said, that JD Vance has to be the dumbest motherfucker, period, in Washington, D.C., after Trump threw him under the bus for the memo of understanding when he found out everybody hated it and we were laughing at him. That was JD Vance's fault. JD Vance negotiated that deal. I don't agree with that deal. I don't agree with it. Then changing the deal. Trump changes the deal. Trump says, makes a statement that he's going to tax ships coming, including Iran's ships that are coming out of the Strait of Hormuz. Just dumbass statement after dumbass statement after dumbass statement. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold on. JD Vance crawls out from underneath the bus. The Republicans run him over again for daring to tell Israel. How dare you? How dare you tell Israel that they need to stop killing people in Lebanon and go back to the constraints of your own borders? The Republicans drove over him again. And JD Vance was stupid enough to get on that airplane and fly to Switzerland to sit in this 5-star resort, which is going to be the worst fucking optic ever as inflation keeps digging into every MAGA moron out there. Knowing the knives are out. And he went and stepped right back into it again. Again. He didn't have to go. They had already canceled the trip. He could have, behind closed doors, said, no, send Witkoff, man. Send Jared Kushner. Send anybody. No, he was stupid enough to let them talk him into going again, knowing he's going to take a shit deal. He has to. That's why the deal sucked so bad to begin with. He has to. We're screwed. We don't hold the cards. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's it. And the global economy starts to grind to a halt. And they can't cover it up using oil reserves anymore. So he knows he's going to Switzerland to get screwed. He knows that Donald Trump is going to throw him under the bus again when the details of this come out. He is there will be no JD Vance in 2028. There will be, I'm telling you right now, there will be no JD Vance in 2028. It's just not happening. It's not happening. But folks, this has real world consequences beyond us. This is a thing, folks. I have been telling you over and over and over again, watch Turkey. Watch Turkey. Watch what's going on in Turkey. Erdogan has declared publicly he wants to rebuild the Ottoman Empire. Well, the Ottoman Empire includes northern Saudi Arabia, all of Israel, a bunch of Jordan. Yeah, it's the real deal, man. And they have accelerated this. They are building a modern aircraft carrier. Folks, this thing is over 300 meters long. It's almost 1,000 feet long. It's bigger than anything France has. And they've already started construction. They have already started construction. This is just a slice of the centerpiece that they were celebrating in one of their festival days. So they dropped a couple planes on it, threw some flags up. It's under construction right now. Folks, they're building this for Israel. Yeah. They're building that for Israel. Not to give to Israel, to use on Israel. That's really happening, folks. Right now, Turkey, they're importing Black Leopard tanks from South Korea, which go to the mill bloggers. Do a Google for South Korean Black Leopard tank. Read what they say about it. They say right now, the Black Leopard is the finest tank on the planet. Bar none. Better than the Abrams. They're saying we'll have to see what the Abrams X ends up being. But right now, straight ass kicking contest. The Korean Black Panther. Oh, the Leopard. No, the Leopard's not even in the fight. I see people commenting about the Leopard tank, the Leopard 2s. They're not even close. They're not even close. You know, the Russians have that technological nightmare of a tank that they can't get to work. That's supposed to be on the same tier. I keep telling you, folks, we're not like Russia. We're not like China. We develop this really super high-end shit. Then we use it. Then we test it. Then we pull it apart and fix everything that's wrong with it and use it again. We don't build a dozen of them. We build 1,000 of them. And yeah, that massive military budget that we have, yeah, I'm going to tell you, American military hardware fucking works. It works. And right now, everyone in the entire world is saying, yeah, the Armada. Yeah. The T-14 Armada. That thing is a disaster. It is a disaster. It's proven on the battlefield to be virtually useless. They shot way higher than they should have. They eliminated almost the entire tank crew and tried to automate everything, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But yeah, that's what Turkey's doing. Really. And it's because of Israel. More than anything, it's because Israel is they're watching Israel move north in Lebanon, knowing they're not leaving. And they're watching this going on in Russia. Folks, before I pull this up, let me ask you something. Does anybody remember why the Japanese attacked us at Pearl Harbor? A lot of questions about the tank. 1 second. This is the South Korean Black Panther. Poland's buying them. Turkey's buying them. They're real world tested technological nightmares. Made in South Korea. Widely considered the best tank on the planet right now. So, yeah, Turkey's going off like crazy. Do y'all remember why? Yeah, oil. Bingo. Oil. Oil. We were their supplier of oil, and we just cut it off. That shit starts wars. As much as you need to breathe and food to eat, industry must have oil. As much as you need oxygen and food and water, industry needs oil. You cut it off, you go to war. That is just history, people. That is just history. Well, the war in Ukraine has come home to roost. It really has. Putin says Russia may halt energy supplies to Europe, redirect them to Asia. This is at the exact same time he's putting troops on the Baltic and Finnish borders. The way this works is they put this press release out, then the pipeline stopped pumping. Now, Europe's been working to free itself of Russian oil. It has. It's been in 2027, they were supposed to be Russian oil free, but this ain't 2027. It's not. They're not there yet. That is an intentional attack on Europe's economy. There's a reason people don't play politics with oil. I mean, it's been since the 1970s and OPEC's bullshit that you've seen people play this kind of politics, because this starts wars. And Russia's screwed, man. The Ukrainian attacks have been incredibly effective. Incredibly effective. In an attempt to fix their rationing problem. And yes, you see here, it says Russia slashes fuel quality rules to stave off shortages. You're familiar with, there is a winter blend and a summer blend of gasolines. And the big reason for that is the ambient temperature and flashing. You know what flashing is? It's the temperature at which a fuel, diesel has a very high flash point. Gasoline has a very low flash point. It means when it reaches a certain temperature, when you start smelling the fumes, it starts to off gas, and those fumes are incredibly flammable. So in the summertime, we make them put additives in fuel to raise the flash point of gasoline. Yeah, Russia's not doing that shit. They're not. They're desperate. They're desperate because this is really going on. This is really going on. Russia is rationing fuel in Moscow after drone strikes. I told you that Gazprom refinery that they hit is responsible for 50% of the diesel and 40% of the gasoline in the whole state around Moscow. They don't have the fuel. So they're doing something incredibly stupid and dangerous. They're telling their refiners they no longer have to make a summer blend of gasoline. This is something that's done worldwide. You know, we're not the only one that have warmer summers than winters. This is dangerous, folks. You know how if you're as old as me, you remember cars exploding at gas pumps. You know, just randomly, woo, this combated that. Science, man, science. They said, why is this happening? They said, well, it's because it's summertime and it's hot, and there's a lot more fumes coming out that tank. So maybe we should make the tanks so that they can't spit fumes back out, and then let's make the gas so there aren't as many fumes in the summertime, because that seems to be the problem. The ambient air temperature is making the flashpoint of that fuel is hitting the flashpoint of that fuel, and we're getting a lot more fumes off gassing. Let's do something about that. Well, Russia's saying, hold my beer. No shit, man. All of this is really happening. And our president is literally asking people, you want to call them Democrats or Dumbocrats? It's insane. It's insane. Literally arresting Olympic athletes for touching his miserable little pool lining that peeled off because they dumped paint stripper to kill algae in the reflecting pool. I mean, this is the insanity of the timeline we're living in. It's craziness. It's literal insanity. Glenn, thank you for being so gracious. Thank you for gifting so many. Glenn has gifted 10 memberships, folks. If you want them, snap them up. They're there. Again, all you have to do while you're down there hitting the thumbs up button, while you're down there hitting the subscribe button, hit the join button and get your free membership. Mike Daly the Dim, happy Father's Day, brother. Get a mounted guitar pick holder that keeps picks organized and away from feline friends. Trump is the tenant from hell, destroying the residence he's renting from. Yep. I'm telling you, I am actually cut off. You know what? Let me show you. We're near the end of the show. Stick with me, okay? I am cut off from buying anything guitar related because of this. It's a Takamine G11. It's an entry level. It's not an expensive guitar. It's not. I wanted something that I could bang and not worry about it. I could take it around this and the other. But I am cut off from spending any more guitar money because I bought this instead. I mean, doesn't that thing sound good? Oh, that don't sound good. Get over here. Got to sitting back in my chair. That's why. Sounds good, doesn't it? I don't know. I think it sounds good. I do. But yeah, I can't buy a pick holder or anything. I'm cut off, man. We do not piss off. That thing sounds good for an inexpensive guitar. Folks, I'm going to tell I don't normally talk about the prices of anything. I'm so impressed with this guitar. Acoustic guitars can cost thousands of dollars. They can. A good acoustic guitar, mid-range, $700 to $1,200. This mahogany bad boy, I paid $350 for it over at Munt Music. Mahogany top, mahogany laminated sides, and it sounds good, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds good. I was shocked. Takamine impressed the hell out of me with this thing. I mean, that is a bargain, ain't it? $350, but I am cut off, brother. I am cut off. I am. Look, there's one more thing I want to talk about. I do. One more thing I want to talk. I tell you what, I'll read a couple more of these comments and then there is one more thing. Stick with me, okay? This just broke my heart. IDF kills children. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in chat. Okay, well, with that segue, we're going to talk about this. We are going to talk about this. I'll come back to your comments here in just a second. I want to talk to you about the Orange House. Let's go to the map. Let's go to the Orange House Project. You know what? Hold on. Back up, Paul. Back up. All right. Look, I'm not a beach person. Okay. I'm not. Mrs. Texas Paul is. We're kind of day and night on a lot of things, but we both agreed that we would, when we get old and with gray hair and we get settled in and we get to the point where we're talking about retirement stuff, that we wanted to do some traveling. Problem is, I'm a mountains guy. I'm a Canada guy. I'm a cold weather guy. That's me, man. I am fall, winter. She is spring, summer. She is beaches. That's her thing. I'm not. So she's smart. Mrs. Texas Paul is smart. She knows me. I am ridiculously over the top an animal lover. I am. I am the reason every goddamn stray dog that comes by our house ends up getting adopted. It's me. I'm the guy I'm the idiot that looks at the damn grizzly bear and I'm like, can I pet that dog? You know what I mean? That's just me, man. So she hooked me. She did. Sea turtles. These are the most precious things you've ever seen in your life, man. They are. They are the most precious things you have ever seen in your life. I had no idea. I mean, I've seen turtles in the pond. I've seen turtles around. Oh, no. Sea turtles, whole nother deal. Whole nother. And when you see one in the wild, they are the cutest things. They swim like just under the surface, but they breathe oxygen. They don't have gills. They breathe oxygen. So they'll pop their little head up, boop, and then back under. And they got these cute little round heads. So anyway, that's how she got me. Sea turtles. So I kind of just fell in love with these things. And, being the kind of person I am, I was doing some searching around for different kinds, different things going on with sea turtles. And I found this is called the Orange House Project. A couple of years ago, I found this. One second. This is the Orange House Project. And it's run by a lady by the name of Mona Khalil. One second. And sea turtles are everywhere, folks. Sea turtles are everywhere. They actually migrate. I didn't realize how much they migrated, but they migrate all over the world. Just all over the world. One second. I do apologize. I should have had this all ready to go, but I didn't. I just want you to know what the Orange House Project is, or should say was. I just want to make this real for you, okay? This is Mona Khalil. This is Mona Khalil. It's here with the little turtle there. And turtle conservation is it's a 24-hour job. Turtles don't work off a clock. I mean, usually it's nighttime when they hatch. But she would make sure that the turtles she grew up in a family home in a little town in Lebanon called Mansouri was her family home. And she just fell in love with sea turtles. And for the last 25 years, she's been running a sea turtle conservancy called the Orange House Project. It's called the Orange House Project because this is her family home, or should say was her family home. Neat place, huh? I found this a couple years ago. But yeah, she would teach classes out there. She would teach young people about, nature conservancy, and she would help out. They would rescue any little turtles that got stuck and nurse them out. Make sure they got released back into the wild. That's what she did, man. And this is where she lived. This is Mansouri, Lebanon. Give you an idea where we're talking about. Well, let me get rid of the texture so you can see. This is Lebanon. Here's Beirut. Here's Haifa, Israel, Cyprus, Syria. You get the idea of the part of the world we're talking about. The eastern edge of the Mediterranean is absolutely beautiful. That's why Trump and Jared and everybody want to build resorts in Gaza. But this is where she lives. And I want to make this human for you folks. I just want to make this human for you. This is Mansouri, the little town of Mansouri right here. Take a look at it, what it is. Folks, they grow custard apples, avocados, olives. This is a farming community. This is not a big metropolitan area or anything like that. Anything like that. You look at all the farming land and all the crops and the trees and the orchard, and here's where the Orange House Turtle Reserve is. It's on a road that leads right down to the beach. Her house is 100 meters. This is 100 meters from this red dot to the beach is 100 meters. She lives 100 meters off the beach, and she ran her turtle conservancy there. And then this little building right here is not really a building. It's kind of deceptive. It's kind of nets. It's called AgriLife, and AgriLife created up crops for export. When you get custard apples, they don't grow custard apples in Washington. They don't. You import them from here. When you go down to Trader Joe's and they have custard apples, they came from here. Well, this is that AgriLife facility right there is where they would box them up. Israel didn't like that. So this little middle of the nowhere, you can see there's nothing around. This is not a viable military target. It's not. It's not even near. Mansouri is a small town, and it's not even near the town. Israel bombed this AgriLife building in her home. And Mona Khalil was mutilated. But she's tough. And she did not die. Not for a week, anyways. She hung on for a week, fighting for her life. And 2 days ago, she died. She died. Folks, Benjamin Netanyahu's a fucking psychopath. Itamar Ben-Gvir is a fucking psychopath. We are losing beautiful people doing beautiful things because of very, very, very ugly, evil people. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to tell you that every Lebanese person out there is their hands are clean, that they've never been involved with terrorism or I'm not going to sell you bullshit. I'm not. But that is not what's happening here. They bombed Mona's house. She's near nothing. It's a turtle conservancy. They're just wholesale killing. And by the way, bombing that AgriLife building, that was a war crime. That's civilian infrastructure. They're trying to cut off their food so that the Lebanese people have to leave so Israel can steal their land. I just wanted to make it human for you because if you watch the news, they sanitize it. They make it, they act like it's not people. They're people. And some of them are wonderful people. Doing wonderful things. I cried like a baby. You know, we've got to put an end to this. And folks, look at what the Republicans are doing. JD Vance just says, hey, knock it off. We're trying to make a peace deal here. And the Republican caucus just goes off on him. How dare you tell Israel they can't kill these people? How dare you? We are not the same, people. We are not the same. The Democratic Party and the Republican Party are not the same. I am a Democrat, folks. And I am telling you, this Israeli government has to go. There is no way forward. There is no peace process moving forward with this Israeli government. Now, having said that, I've got to say something else. The ick and the nastiness, the filthiness that comes out every time I say something like that, the straight Jewish hate, the anti-Semitism and the bigotry, because they think that we're holding common cause because I am calling the Israeli government out. No, we are not this. I don't hate Jewish people. I don't want the destruction of Israel. I don't. I want the decent people on the left to run Israel because they want to make friends with their neighbors. They want peace. They want coexistence. They're not psychopaths like Netanyahu. So no, I am not. I don't hate Jewish people. I don't. But it just seems like every time I mention something like this, the bigots pour out of the woodwork like cockroaches. Folks, we've got to be better than that. We have got to, you can call them out. You can fight as hard as you can possibly fight to end this brutality and this horrific nature and try to end the government in Israel without being a bigot. There are Jewish Americans right now that don't support anything that's going on over there. They're Americans that are getting attacked right here. And I tell you, the bigotry is so ugly. It is just so ugly. They have, I don't have the video for you. I'll try to find it for the next show. And it's not just towards Jewish people, it's towards Muslim people either. The bigots in this country are just unhinged right now. There was a woman here at an HEB here in Texas wearing her hijab, and she gets verbally attacked by this stupid redneck bitch telling her she's got to leave. Get out. You're not welcome here. Get out of this store. Now, HEB, they don't cotton to that shit. They really don't. If that lady had gone to the front and said, look, this lady is, she's attacking me, they would have banned that lady for life. I'm sure they're going to, because, man, it's all over the internet now. That lady's been called up. They found where she works already, her name, everything. The internet don't play. It was ugly, wasn't it? It was just ugly. Folks, we got to be better than that. We can't hate each other, man. We got to love everybody. We do. I'm not saying we've got to accept everything. We don't. We don't have to become everything. We don't. Oh, the one I saw was not Tizzy, but I'm sure it'll get to Tizzy. I'm sure it will. We can. We're better. We're better people than that. We are. I'm with you 100%. You want to help cut off funding for Israel until they, you want to help get rid of the Netanyahu government? I'm with you 100%. 1,000%. I am there, man. I'm the guy that's sitting here humanizing what's going on in Lebanon. I am the guy that's sitting here showing you the faces of the good, beautiful people they're killing. I'm doing my part. I am. But let's just remember that we're not bigots. We're not them. We aren't. Do not hate Jewish people because of, Netanyahu's not king of the Jews. He's not. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there for you. IDF kills children. Couldn't have planned that better. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in chat. Joan Cortez, couldn't they do a meeting on Zoom like everyone else does? Yes, they could. But no, they're going to spend tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be at a resort. Mother Mesquite, 3 weeks is ironically Bastille Day. Why don't they just drain the reflecting pool and line it with mirrors? Skeet Sayre, Bibi is too insane to give up his wet dream. This is the Titanic moment for the Mad King, as always. I am telling you, I know there's a lot of Jewish people in this country. Their focus is America. They don't give a shit about Israel. I'm not talking to you. If you are a Jewish person that holds camaraderie with Israel, if you're an American Jewish person, you hold camaraderie with Israel, you have family in Israel, you have any kind of outreach whatsoever in Israel, I am imploring you to please warn them that there is no coming back from this. This is not 10 years ago when nobody paid attention, nobody knew what was going on. Everybody knows. Everybody sees. This will not be forgotten. And folks, I'm going to say it. Israel is a pissant country. They bark like they're a fucking chihuahua. They act like they're 800 pounds and bulletproof. They are not about shit. Right now, if there was a straight up ass kicking contest between Turkey and Israel that started today, I would bet my house on Turkey. Compared to the United States, Israel ain't shit. Compared to Russia, compared to Ukraine, compared to China, Israel isn't shit. Folks, how do I put this any clearer? You in danger, girl. And it seems like 60% of Israelis are fucking delusional about that fact. Maybe you can get through to those people. ET and the minesweepers are still in port. Yep. It's going to be months. Skeet Sayre, meanwhile, he farted. Oh, my God. Tired of talking about Trump's farts. Skeet Sayre, my mom, if something starts crooked, it cannot end straight. It's an exponent. Yep. Yep. Rena Scott, Rump hasn't made the USA great again, but he is working hard to make our enemies greater than America. Yeah, I hear you, Rena. I hear you. Skeet Sayer, his performance at the G7 does not even need commentary. It is the Mad Magazine gold. They That was humiliating. William G. Atheist, this could all be stopped tomorrow. Number one, stop funding Israel, problem solved. Number two, Iran, if you touch Israel, we're talking gravel pit status. ET messaging people affordability instead of culture wars, citizens united instead of APAC. Are you ready to get involved? When we do the work, it gets done. Amen. Weird Idaho liberal. Elephants are intelligent animals and shouldn't be the animal for the Republican Party. Should be a deer in headlights. Happy Pappy Day, Bunker Buster. Got that right. Skid Sayer, first time in his life, the orange ignoramus said the truth was BB Lebanon. Yeah, first time they're acknowledging that this is Israel's fault. Uncle Fatty, elect a clown, expect a circus. Elect a felon, yeah, expect crimes. Uh, Putin, elect a potato, pray for vodka. Rad dads kick grass. Amen, brother. Thank you. David, welcome. Glad to see you. Snap up those memberships, folks. Trader hater, glad to see you. Globally, oil companies are not going to expand production capacity because they know renewable energy is exploding because of the war. Yeah, I mean, the oil market is what it is, man. I mean, no hoping or delusional bullshit or shit posts on the internet is going to change what is happening. Christopher Daly, thank you for supporting the show, brother. I cannot do it without you. I'm super grateful. Skeet Sayer, Russia is on its last legs. Ukraine is winning, and Canada is making a huge port in Hudson Bay to supply Europe as well as, yeah, folks, I am telling you, watch what's going on in Russia, man. Ukraine has worn down their air defenses. They cannot keep, Russia can't keep up. They can't. Russia Ukraine is building drones faster than Russia can build air defensive systems. Their S-400s their best ones are completely depleted. This is going to be a nightmare for Russia over the next 6 months. Summer's fighting season, folks. Cassie Lake, EU looking to Canada as a reliable energy supplier, but we are geographically tied to the unreliable trade partner that will try to mess it up. Sharon Butler, thank you. Thank you for gifting the memberships. Netta Dahl, Russia is sending soldiers through some of the pipelines that go to Ukraine, and a lot of them are dying on the way through the pipelines. Yeah, it is insane. The things that they have been doing, they just sacrifice their own people. And I tell you, their recruitment is falling off. It is. I mean, it's not zero, don't get me wrong, but their recruitment is falling off. They're paying these soldiers out the butt to join. The signing bonuses are insane in Russia, and they still can't get people to sign up. ET, when is the next Texas Paul Tennessee Brando jam session? I'm telling you, brother, we need to do it. Matt Plaskin, thank you for supporting the show. ET, it is less than 20 weeks until the general election. Verify your voter registration and deadline dates. Know your early voting dates. Get involved. Amen, brother. Thank you. Tube Kurt, for real, Ride or Die needs to become a rally folk song. Get composing, internet. Cassie Lake, come up and visit us at the Calgary Stampede. I love Canada. I do. Skeets there. Beautiful. I fed the bird this morning and was surprised by God with a breeding pair of some stunning Orioles, and the ducks actually others to feed. Oh, nice. That sounds beautiful, my friend. Glad to hear it. Skeets here. You just made me cry. I will not say hate, but they deserve nothing. Not at all. I read that Russia is sending people through the pipelines to Ukraine. It's a bit like what they did during World War II. They're insane. They are insane. Skeet said the Tartan Army in Boston reminded people it is okay to have fun outside. Yeah, that was great. I don't know. Please Google the Tartan Army. The Tartan Army are what the Scottish football fans call themselves. They call themselves the Tartan Army. Man, I have watched video after video after video of this. So, one of the pubs was one of the pubs that I was in when I was in Boston for the No Kings Day. We would hit it in the evening. It was right across from our hotel. Yeah, man, just the camaraderie and the joyfulness and the happiness. Those Scottish fans were really the shot in the arm that so many people needed. If you want to brighten your day, do a Google search for the Tartan Army or Scottish in Boston or something. I'm telling you, it's wonderful, man. It is wonderful. Sergeant Flux, what party and who should be the prime minister leading Israel? Yair Golan. Yair Golan. There's a Democratic Party in Israel that a couple of parties combined together. They now call themselves, a few years ago, a bunch of parties combined together. They now call themselves the Democratic Party, and their standard bearer is Yair Golan. Is he a left-winger, Libby? No, he's not. He's a former general. He's former IDF. He is. He is not, but he is not a fucking psychopath. He is not a Benjamin Netanyahu. He understands. He needs to, Israel is going to need a strong defense, but defense is not invading your neighbors. Defense is not slaughtering people. Defense is not. Look up Yair Golan, Yair. Here, I'll give you. This is Yair Golan. Boom. There you go. Yair Golan. You asked. Melissa Grubb, any word on the food situation for our deployed troops on the ships? No. The Pentagon has basically threatened everyone with an inch of their lives that this shit will not be coming out on social media anymore. They went through every tier of the military, and they're doing the same shit that you ever notice that when Iran hits Israel, when Israel hits Lebanon or Israel hits Iran, you see pictures. Oh, this is Tehran. This is Tehran getting hit. You see it on your news media. You never see images of Tel Aviv. You never see images of Jerusalem. You never see any of that. It happens. It happens. Iran has been very effective at defeating Israel's Iron Dome. The damage is done. But the press is completely controlled in Israel. That is what Hegseth is doing with the Pentagon. You're not going to hear about that shit anymore. You're not. They are threatening soldiers with everything, including the stockade. Dollar Straws. Thanks, Texas Paul, for talking about Ukraine. They have really done. I mean, impressive is the only way to put it. Well, look, folks, that's what I have for you today. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for supporting the show. I appreciate you. I appreciate you buying the cups and the pins. And I don't have my pin on today. I feel naked. Thank you for being here. Enjoyed spending time with you. I hope you found it useful. Pretty please, before you go, if you'll take a second, hit the thumbs up button down there, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Subscribing does nothing. It's free. It's just a follow button is all it is. Hit the notifications of the bell so you can tell when we're about to go live. You'll get a notification. You can come join us. And before we go, you've got a few seconds left. Get one of the free memberships. It doesn't cost you anything. Our community has been gracious enough to give them to you. There's almost 3,000 people in here. I'm sure someone doesn't have a free membership that's watching live. Pick it up, take it. That's what this community is all about. That's what this community is all about. And I spent a lot of time building and recruiting people that were good and decent people. They're the kind of people that want to give you a free membership. So yeah, jump on it. Enjoy some Texas cities. Oh, wait a minute. One more announcement. Next week is the Democratic National Convention. They've invited me to come walk the blue carpet and all that other stuff. It means I would miss a couple shows. But I am having some communication issues with them. So I don't know if that's going to happen. There are 2 shows next week that are up in the air. If you log in and there is no show, it's because I'm at the Texas Democratic Convention. I don't know. I'm having some communication issues with them. I don't understand. I mean, they were really great about trying to get me to commit to be there, but once I committed to be there, I can get no information on logistics and stuff. Anyways, I don't want to bitch, but yeah, if I can't get more information, I'm not going to go. So I may be there, or I may not be there. I don't know. Anyways, enjoy some Texas cities at night.